Hi, everyone. Well, the date where we're going to transition to the new tokens is going to come up before you know it. We may have gotten it delayed right now, but that new date could come up before you know it. So you just want to make sure you're all prepared. So that's why I'm making a quick video. Hopefully, it will be quick to sort of guide everyone through the checklist that you need to make sure you have everything checked off of so you can make sure you're ready for the transition. So first we're going to go over the qualification part of the equation. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Right, and we'll go over to the pool funding website I already have open here. All right, this is the training qualification section of the pool playing website. This will also tell you whether or not you're eligible to get paid trainings, the $50 or $500 in 1 year's time of the PFG tokens. And in order to qualify for that, as well as to qualify for everything else that matter, you need to have all this ticked here. To get to this portion of the website, you'll go ahead and click on the Explore tab here if you're on desktop or laptop, and you'll click on Training Qualification. Now, if you're using the mobile app for MetaMask, what you do is once you get to your pool playing account in the MetaMask browser, you'll see a menu icon up here in the top right that looks like three lines here. So you'll go ahead and tap there. Then you'll tap train qualification. Now I'm going to be doing most everything on laptop since that's what I'm familiar with, but the instructions should be pretty similar. Oh, on mobile. That is. All right, so let's go through all these one by one. Now, the first tick you'll want to see is verified. That means that you've been verified with the executive team and that they've gone over your qualifications with you as well as the pool playing commitments. If you see a red X here by the commitments, like the verified symbol, then what you need to do is you need to reach out to the executive that's on duty at that time. And we have 6 executives covering 24 hours a day. You can see their information here, and they'll post their photo and shift details once they get on shifts every day when they come on shifts. So there's always someone around who can help you work that out and also assist you with any issues you may have with pool playing itself or anything of the sort. All right, so back over to here. So now that we have verification out of the way, let's go over to trusted. Now, trusted is a manual tick that is put in place by ACE in order to allow token distribution once you fill all the qualifications to do so. So that's a manual process that ACE does every so often with members if they fit all their qualification. It's just one more manual check to make sure everything looks right. So if you don't see this text, it means that ACE just hasn't gotten to you yet. And if you see this for a very long time, then what I would do is reach out to the executive team. Reach out to the executive team if you have any questions about any of these that matter. They're very friendly, quite beautiful to work with. I'm probably going to get a good bit of ribbing now that I mentioned that. But anyway, I find they're great to work with. I've had the pleasure of working with each and every one of them, and it's always nice talking with them. So don't worry, don't be hesitant to reach out to them. They're all quite nice. So not to worry there. All right, so with that in mind, we'll go ahead and move over to the next tick, that is completed profile. And let me show you what that's meant to look like, albeit with some of my information censored. All right, so here we have a completed profile. Your username is going to be filled in by default most of the time because you signed up with it and you filled out a user data form. You also should hopefully see your full name here, as well as the email address you used to sign up for pool playing with, and your phone number as well. You'll also see your country. In this case, mine's Panama because I'm in Panama. And one of the more important pieces of information here, and one that's often overlooked, is the Telegram portion here. Now, what this field is asking for is your Telegram username. In my case, I have @theservers1. And the @ symbol here is really important because no Telegram username is complete without it. So what you need to do if you don't know your Telegram username, then you'll want to go to the options section of your Telegram, either on the laptop desktop application or the mobile application, and go to your profile in Telegram. And you should see your Telegram username in that section. It will always start with the @ symbol. And if you don't see that, or if you haven't created a Telegram username yet, it'll give you the option to create one. And you will have to, because Telegram is one of the main ways we would contact you. So with that in mind, create that if you don't already have it. And if you just haven't put it into this Telegram field yet, then copy your Telegram username and put it into this field. So once you made sure all this information is correct, what you'll want to do is you'll want to click the green Save Changes button, and then the website will notify you that your changes have been saved. And how you get to that portion of the website is you go over to your account, and then you click on the click or tap the Edit My Profile button by your account name, where it's showing your, in my case, HuntUR-account1. I'm not going to click on this in my case because I've already shown you what that looks like with some information censored that I don't want out there. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go back to train qualification. All right, so yeah, the @ symbol is the most often overlooked part of the profile, and it's the most important. So make sure you have that filled out properly and completely. So you should see this tick here once you filled all that out completely and properly, although you may have to wait for the server to reset itself at midnight UTC. All right, with that third tick completed, we'll move on to the fourth one, activating at least the $1 pool. Now, this one is pretty self-explanatory. You have to be active every day in at least the $1 pool and sending 1 USDT up to your sponsor every single day to remain active in pool playing. Those who do not remain active are at risk of getting suspended. So I obviously don't want that to happen to any of you. So make sure you stay active. So with that fourth tick completed, we'll move down to the fifth tick, purchase 100 PML promo, $100 PML promo, that is. Now, I've seen a couple people get confused about this. No, this is not involving Pancake Swap. This is actually a promotion that's going on, or is still going on, where you can get $200 worth of PML for a $100 purchase. And this is a qualification to be able to get paid training on our co-founders and opportunity calls. So you'll need to get this done before you can get the DFG that's on offer for those calls. So I'm going to go over to the promo page. Now it's not going to show much of anything in my case because I've already done it, but if you haven't done this, it'll look different to you. So I'll go ahead and click go to promo page. All right, and you'll see this something pretty much like this. If you've already done the $100 purchase, you'll see the transaction hash for the purchase. You'll see the date that you did the purchase, and you won't see much else because this promo is a one-shot deal. It's a one-time deal. You can only take part in it and partake in it one time and one time only. But if you haven't before, then you'll see a form here. Most of it will already be filled out. You'll see $100 worth of USDT already filled out. You'll also see the amount of PML that $100 buys at that very moment. And you also see the bonus PML. That's the extra $100 worth of PML that you're going to receive from partaking in the offer. Now, again, it's not showing up for me because I've already done the offer, but you're also going to see a button to approve the expenditure because this is all done through a smart contract that first needs permission from you to spend tokens from your wallet, in this case USDT, to make the swap. And then after that, it'll be a second button click or press in order to actually make the purchase. And Ace has a couple videos on how this process works through his YouTube channel, so definitely go take a look at that if you still see this available to you. And we came here through the go to promo page over in the train qualification, but the other way you would get to it is by clicking on the Explore tab and clicking on promo. It'll be the third option down you see here. All right, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and go back over to train qualification. And if you've done all of these, then you should be good to go. If you see an X mark instead of a tick mark on any of these, when you're sure you should see a check mark, reach out to the executive team and they'll take a look and they'll be able to tell you if anything's wrong, either on your end or the site's end. And if it's something on the site's end, they can, of course, create a report. If it's something on your end, then they can, of course, walk you through what's wrong and how exactly to fix it. So treat everything I just talked about as a general guide. If it's someone on the executive team that you're talking to tells you anything different from what I've told you, then what the executive team tells you takes priority over anything I tell you. All right, so one last thing I want to go over before we close out. Let's go back over to the account page. Now, I've noticed that several users have not yet indicated that they're ready to transition over to the new tokens. So how you would indicate that is you would go to your account page, which of course we're here, and in this big banner here, you should see, are you ready to transition from the old coins to the new coins? I honestly, you really can't miss it, but you'll want to click the button that says click here. So I'll go ahead and do that. And if you've already indicated that you are ready to move over to the new tokens, then you'll see that you answered yes here. But if not, it should give you an option to indicate yes, or in some cases, it will also tell you to reach out to the executive team. But in your case, you should then see your photo either on the left behind list or the members who said yes list. So I'm going to scroll through here slowly. And if you see your photo here, then that means you have work to do. If you see the photo of one of your referrals or anyone else you know, then you might want to reach out to them quickly and make sure they know that they need to go over this and make sure everything is done properly on their end. And I can't put too fine a point on reaching out to your referrals and making sure they know what they need to do. And of course, I can't put too fine points on you doing what you need to do as well, because we really don't want to leave anyone behind when we do the transition. We know we probably will be leaving a few behind, unfortunately, but that's just the way of things with a large community. And of course, we've done a lot to try and help people get up to speed and make sure they can keep going and get active again. But ultimately, at the end, it does come down to the individual. So, with that in mind, thank you all for your attention to this matter, and I'll go ahead and stop the recording.